This is called the vertical wood. It was an idea of an Italian architect. This is Milano because we love preserving our past, but we love looking ahead. We love the modernity. Let me ask you, do you understand my English?
Yes, yes.
Am I talking too fast?
No, no.
Not yet. If it happens, to tell me. So, being Milan a circle city, so the street is now bending a little bit. First traffic light, and then we have to drive down that street on the left-hand side in between the two buildings over there. In the meantime, you may have seen that we have nice trolleys, trams. One car, that's the first one, 1929, and that one is the new one, the one on the left-hand side, in the year 2000. Yeah, we do like this. We follow the minivan. Do like this. When I come to this little section here, we have a very famous hotel, Prince of Savoy Hotel, and on the top level, on the top floor, there is an amazing, it's called a Queen suite with a swimming pool. It was actually your queen. Once, years and years ago, she came to Milan and she...
Which queen?
Elizabeth, the only one I know. Queen Elizabeth II. So, here is this very famous hotel when we have super expensive rates, and it's a memory of those days as we got the first train station. By the way, we had a train station over there when we have now the trees, but then something changed. Yeah, something changed because the train station existed there was too little. Now we are going to turn right, but you please have a look on the left hand side and look at the very far end of the street, and you see the new train station. That one is a central train station. At the next traffic light, see where the little van is. We have to go back that way. First.
What is your?
I wonder how many times they've dropped in here, guys.
That was scared.
First one to run him over.
All having the same
Get out the road.
Yeah, that's money here.
Yeah. Go on, Sean, get your wallet out.
I've lost it again.
So just for your orientation, we have now the castle where we met is in the northwestern part of the city. The north is behind us. And what we do next here, we turn left. We follow the car. So what we do next, our intention is to drive to the eastern part of Milan. So from northwest, north, and now to the eastern part of Milan. The trees you can see over there at 1 o'clock position, those are magnolia trees.
I guess they why this is video. God.
Yeah. And now slowly, piano, piano. See what we do. We are back again to the ring road number 2. see here the street goes a little bit up, so you can better have this idea that Milano used to be a circle city. Yeah, we used to have the walls. Now the reason why we had the walls was because of those were the days as the Ottomans from Turkey, they were planning to get the control onto Hungary. And to get Hungary, they had to get Vienna first. But those were the days as the absolute family. They also controlled Milan. So they said if we get Hungary, we get Vienna, we get Hungary, and we get Milano as well. That's why Milano had to be protected by walls, exactly here. 11 kilometers long. The city center is on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we have the countryside. But then something amazing happened. You may remember in the history when the Ottomans insisted to get control onto Vienna. Then we had an event, Polish cavalry. They were the blondest, the tallest, the bravest. They had the armors with the wings on. They were called the hussars. They made this action. The Ottomans were defeated. At that point, Milano, they never got the control onto Vienna. Milano was no longer in danger. And that's why the walls in here were demolished. Nowadays we have the ring road. Number 2, we call this section the Spanish Walls. And the Austrian imperial family gave us this beautiful park for the open. It was the first for the night Sunday stroll. We also used to have a zoo, you know, with lions. And then have a look at this. See this building, the orange with the bow windows? This was inspired by the English bow windows. At the next traffic light, we turn right. If you look left, we see another gate. This was another gate built up along those walls. It is no longer the original one, it's a new one. It was renovated because had to welcome the Emperor and the Empress of Austria. In the year 1708, the Spaniards decided to leave Milan. We had a long Spanish domination lasting 100. And then to the east, Venice, north is Vienna. Let it out. And now here we turn right, piano, piano, slowly, slowly, because we love England so much that we copy from you the congestion charge. Money, money, money. The love story is always based on money. Piano, piano, slowly, slowly, because you have to have a look here. Huh? Enjoy the beauty of those palaces we have on the left-hand side. If you spy through, look at the next one, the white one. There is a nice gate, right? So if you spy through, they have hidden gardens. A couple of them with flamingos as well. Spy through this one here on the left hand side, and you will see the hidden garden.
Oh dear.
Why do we have hidden gardens? Because in those days, as we had the Spaniards were in Milan. Oh, by the way, on the right hand side is a museum of natural history. It was an idea of the Empress of Austria, Marie Therese. And back to the gardens, the hidden gardens. The story was that the Spanish domination once needed money. And the economy was not very nice. And then we decided to modify the rules. And they said, well, if you own a house, a palace like this, if you have a garden on the street, if the garden can be saved, they're all hidden away. It was a bad decision in those days to hide the gardens because Milan is a very humid area. Here we have, underneath Milano, we have like 2 plains. The first one is permeable, the second one is impermeable. So the rain filtrates the first one, cannot pass through the second, stays in between, and this comes up again in forms of humidity. 65 to 75%. The month of July is a nightmare, August even the hell. And we proceed straight on, yeah? So this is the Venice Boulevard. Venice is behind us. And again we have to mention Napoleon, because this palace on the left hand side with a typical neoclassical architecture used to be the headquarters of Napoleon, the military headquarters. His own property was just behind the buildings we have on the right hand side. I think, what is he doing?
I think he's going to go, he's going to move in. We can get round.
The guy with the torch. Now here, at this traffic light, you see we have cars driving to the left hand side and to the right hand side because they are driving onto another ring road. This was the previous limit Milano had, because already back to the 11th century, Milano had to be protected by walls. All our buildings, they are like pages of our book of history. If you look straight ahead, look at that architecture. Very simple, we say very clean. Look, the same window, repeated. This was typical of those days, as we have Mussolini ruling. To the Linate airport. And when you see the fountain over there, that's the end of the pedestrian street. Departing from the castle, crossing all the city center and ending up exactly there. It's like the Broadway in New York. Crossing. And it's full of shops all the way along the pedestrian street. Lady.
Now we're talking. You go,
Now,
boss.
that street doesn't look expensive, but trust me, it's a disaster. Monte Napoleone Street, most famous, most expensive. Gentlemen, if you want a suggestion for a nice little present, there is a beautiful jewelry shop. One window only. The name is Buccellati.
Got it.
And I suggest if you got the beautiful ring, honeycombs, 1 millimeter side, fantastic. If you look at 1 o'clock position, the little gentleman, yes, we have really arrived. What we have on the left hand side is a city hall. At the next traffic light, we took it off. That building in front of us is the Opera House La Scala. If you look left, this big arch shows the way into the Galleria. That is a connection between this little.
What's this? Italy Milan. There, guys. Wait, what's your name?
My name is Vita la vita, la vita.
I think we don't need to walk the whole bus. Ako doon mag-video. Apil ako sa video. Hi! This is Milan.
At last nakita natin.
Maraming pating doon sis.